Hi there, everybody.
Oh, hello!
I totally unmuted my mic at the correct time.
You did. You were so good at
I am such a professional, and not only that, I'm Robin at Andrew without a C. And with me is Lark with an E at Scoosh with a Z.
it. Yes.
Ha,
Ha.
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 You want to play Sailor Moon again?
Absolutely, I do.
Let's play Sailor Moon again.
Maybe this time we'll get to see the ending.
This time, we will play it slightly less hard so that it doesn't break.
Yes.
Also, hi.
Hi, Judge.
First time ever. First time.
Okay.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So, hi Judge, how are you? Hopefully well. We are playing Sailor Moon for the first time, which means Lark gets to share a whole bunch of facts about Sailor Moon that she has never shared before.
Yes, so much stuff y'all have never heard me say. Oh no!
Right, friendly fire.
I should have remembered that.
Yeah. It's like the most significant aspect of this game to remember.
It really is. This still needs to be
Yeah.
Maybe we should talk about beat 'em up.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about beat 'em up.
Yeah. Okay, so I mentioned offhandedly last week when we played this that I think if there is a new, like, high-profile, non-mobile Sailor Moon game,
Right.
that it could be a beat 'em up set in the Sailor V timeline. But I mean, like,
The era.
yes, in the V era. Because Sailor V is so funny.
Sorry.
Like, it's fine. Like, as a comic, if anyone has had the chance to read it, it is in print, in the States finally, so please go give it a shot. It has some very problematic elements, which I'm sure you will all notice, but other than that, it's just funny. It's essentially a god manga in Sentai form.
Yeah, be sure to speak up, by the way.
Oh, I am.
We have, like, we are sharing the same mic, and so we have to practice good microphone practices.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm not used to the boom arm yet. I was staring at the screen too much.
It's almost invisible, except to me.
Almost. It's just directly in your line of sight, and I'm just here like...
Well, I've been moving it slowly over to you to try and passive-aggressively suggest to you speaking more clearly.
And I did not see it at all because it's in my periphery.
Yeah.
So I think that Sailor V would be very conducive to a beat 'em up. It's a very funny little series. It was essentially a gag comic in Sentai form. That didn't go too in-depth until, like, the last chapters, which were published after Sailor Moon had ended.
Yeah.
So it was just like, okay, time for a lore dump. But until then, it was like Sailor V would get powers that she thought would work best at the time, and, like, would make some hilarious jokes. Like, she has a microphone. She has a sword, but it's a katana, and she transforms into a samurai to use it. Like,
Yeah. It's an interesting manga, and it's like the perfect setup because A, it's Monster of the Week, unlike the Sailor Moon manga, which is a much more direct story. It wouldn't be Monster of the Week, save as both an anime and a live action tokusatsu.
yeah. So Sailor V really is like, I would say that's where they got the idea for how the first season of Sailor Moon anime was gonna pan out. Like, that, it has the vibe.
Yeah. They weren't going to get 30 episodes or 60 episodes or even 20 episodes just basing it off of the first arc. They weren't going to get a season worth of content.
Yeah.
So they had to figure out some format that would work as well. Like, it works as an episodic, but it doesn't work as a month of the week, and it doesn't work as a long.
Yeah, that's why Crystal functions the way it does. The first 3 seasons, actually, the 3 seasons and the 3 movies are all direct adaptations of the comic, so they're way more straightforward. Work at breakneck speed.
Yeah.
As opposed to Sailor V, which was just, the stupid shit that you would see in season 1 episode
Right.
of the classic anime. It's spot on. And Artemis is so funny as a mascot slash guy because he's just a worrywart and he's fussy and he cares so much about femininity, which isn't even his bag. And and Venus is just like, I want to do gymnastics. Can you stop? I know that you have a girl name because of the video game that I'm playing that has that name in it. It has nothing to do with mythology. It's so good. It's so funny.
I'm just standing aside and letting Lark hyperfixate on this because, like, it's not often you get an opportunity to show off.
Yeah, and like this is the thing I think about all the time, but never actually put into words. So
Right.
I'm just gushing for a minute while I organize my thoughts.
Yeah.
But yeah, the episodic content of the original Sailor V story would really be conducive to the chapters setting of beat 'em ups. As would her, joke abilities. She would essentially get a special ability for each level that only works in that context, and you never see it again.
Yeah.
So it would take a lot of bespoke animation, but it would be so funny.
Just to catch up, Judge says he's doing tentatively well. Might get paid tomorrow. Hell yes.
Oh,
Maybe.
congrats! I hope so.
Getting close to the end of Cyberpunk 2077, and hey, the game slap. Yeah, apparently the base game it's got a lot of good stuff. Like, even back when it first came out, it had all that stuff going on. There were still a lot of people going, like, no, some of these stories, some of these side quests, some of these quest games are Cyberpunk, are like CD Projekt Red at their best. Like, not a lot of people criticizing the actual writing.
Oh yeah, I've heard that. Narratively, it was really good.
Phantom Liberty seems to be more long, like, basically a promised amount of potential being realized at the jump instead of having to get a 2.0 to get it right.
Yeah. Oh, haha, Judge has made the joke where now I get to explain some lore.
Yeah.
Her attack is crying. It's literally the first attack she ever had as Sailor Moon because the little shields on her hair buns become amplifying speakers that give shock damage to everyone.
Yeah.
So
This girl thing.
yeah, so when Tuxedo Mask says that crying doesn't suit you, he's wrong. Crying is your greatest strength before you learn how to punch.
Well, we just double team.
Yeah. We're doing a lot better at this than we were last time.
Yeah. Also, I have 4 crystals.
Ooh. I can't wait to see what that does.
I've been kind of stealing crystals.
Oh, that's fine. I haven't really noticed them. And the scream, like Usagi crying, was actually her 2 crystal attack. Her 1 crystal attack is just like little hair brooches show up for a second and a little bit of princess power.
You can hold the button and you can go faster.
It does.
But yeah, so Sailor V, and some early parts of Sailor Moon kind of follow the sort of Fletcher Hank logic of what is the best ability for this given situation.
Yeah.
Old school superhero comic logic.
Yeah, that's why like they have boomerangs and guns and half of the art and the development stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
So it's less Mega Man because those powers never get used again, which is still kind of Mega Man because like you get like oh bro hi it's still kind of Mega Man because he stopped having those powers after 1 game, which is silly, but
yeah.
like, what else do you want to do?
I mean, that's just a very kind of Sentai ongoing shonen show thing to do. They have to one-up themselves every season, so they get rid of old powers. They say that they're magically not working, or that
They get Metroided.
Yeah. Or they get Metroided, or like you're told that the enemies are too powerful, and that's all you have to go by. So you just have to watch them get more powerful. you can't really tell is any stronger. It just
Okay.
narratively says that they are.
You know what terrible idea I've been having as we've been talking about this? 5 crystals! I'm gonna hold on to it, but save it for a while. But now that we're talking about Mega Man, my hyperfixation,
Yes.
I started thinking about a Mega Metroidvania.
That needs to exist anyway. I feel like Mega Man was so close to kind of hitting that vibe.
Yeah, because I've always had this sort of dream double project. Like, we're talking about, like, the V-em-up, which is a great idea, needs to happen. And also needs to be licensed. Like, it should be a game that actually exists.
Yeah, it should.
Because Sailor V also has a bunch of, like... there is a point in the Sailor V manga where Minako is going over to a guy's house just to see his arcade board.
Yes, yes.
And is going nuts for it. Which is peak, like, Naoko Takeuchi letting her freak flag fly through the magazine.
Yeah.
Through, you know, Kodansha.
Yeah, like, Minako wants to play video games, but, like, is constantly... I don't want to say she's actively gatekept, but, like, you can tell the culture is that it's just a bunch of dudes in glasses who have this culture. There is an enemy of the day, not a monster, but a mundane, who, like, hates the idea of girls playing video games, and she eventually gets to beat him up for that. But yeah, like, one of the big early messages in Sailor Moon was that girls can play video games, and that video games are good.
Yeah.
And that the nerds who gatekeep that shit are bad.
Yeah, Takeuchi is kind of the original fashionable, like, female teacher.
Yes. Yeah, you keep your crystals with you.
Yeah. It's static. So, going on the 2 Mega Man ideas. I really love Mega Man The Power Battle, which is an arcade series that utilizes the 4 Mega Man controls, but is a fighting game. So you fight randomly selected robot bosses, and like you can still get their powers, but it's a little bit different because like you fight an arrangement across multiple games. Not necessarily every single boss ever made up to that point, but definitely a lot. And I always had the idea of like something Smash Bros. Like, but simpler, where it's just Mega. And it's just access to all of the bosses as playable characters. The other idea that I'm now crafting, but I always kind of hoped for, was like, give me each Mega Man game as one big Metroidvania map.
Yes.
And even combine everything else so that, like, you can have the first 3 games and you can find what... I'm having to do math in my head, which is not great. 22 bosses, 22 robot masters all in sequence, and you have to, like, swap out a gear set of powers, and you have to figure out what's the best route to get around. And, like, using your abilities to get to new places, like, really just high locomotion into all of these abilities, which I thought would be a lot of fun. But also, painfully hard to design.
Oh, yeah.
We thought Metroidvanias and Mega Man were hard to design. Okay, let's try this.
Yeah, go.
5 crystals. Yes! The classic, the OG.
Supreme Thunder for the win!
Oh, she's dead.
You one-shotted her.
Okay, we just got the tower top now.
Yes.
These sequences are really cool. They're just kind of above and beyond the thing you see for a simple license beat-em-up.
Cinematic crystals.
Like, they don't pose like that anywhere else.
No.
It is just for this one little shot. It's really cool. Like, it's one of those video games are hard, but you did that anyway moments. You didn't need to. You didn't have to. No one would have been mad if you didn't include the sequence where Killian goes up to Tokyo Tower and we sabotage her escape plan.
Right.
Nobody would have cared. But then we got it anyway. Ooh. Come on. Come on.
Got her.
Yeah. Hell yeah. 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 Anyway. This is one of the first times where we get to have dual hyperfixations. Hey, sound off in the chat. What's your hyperfixation right now? It's true, I'd also live up to 40% health if I made Usagi cry.
Right.
We're going to cry at your badass so hard. We did, and it just floored her. We shocked her full of lightning, and then we cried about it, and that makes things worse.
Yes. I can't believe you're making me hurt you like that. Oh my god, you know how much I hate doing this.
I'm the one doing it. Oh god. So, I don't know where I'm going with whatever statement I'm making, but I started thinking about the live-action Tokusatsu because Sailor Venus's canonical birthday was the other day, and I saw an interview of one of the women who played Sailor Venus, or the woman who played Sailor Venus in the Tokusatsu series, just like kind of going ham on how much she loved being part of that project.
Oh my god, all of the girls from that show absolutely adored it. They still meet up for each other's birthdays.
Oh my god.
All 5 of them. Yeah.
I love that shit. Like, okay. I don't really experience nostalgia in the same way. It's more like, I like this thing. It's not that it was better when I was a kid, it was just that I enjoy this thing. I want to keep watching it. But I do love when something I like turns out years later is like beloved by the people who worked on it.
Yeah. It meant a lot to those girls.
At the very least, like, you know, the staff, the crew, the cast are still friends. Like, finding out that a lot of the Power Rangers cast in the original team were good friends and still are. David Yost and Amy Jo Johnson are still friends.
Yeah. What a pair.
And, like, now I'm seeing that, like, my TikTok is in algorithm hell, so I'm getting a lot of girl before, right?
Oh, I see.
Because, like, one thing that's happened, I think, fairly recently is that one of the old cast members is now a regular cast member again, the guy who played Sean.
Okay.
And so I am getting my feed just completely submerged in Girl Meets World content. And I don't know if this is fairly recent. I did not know when that show aired. I don't know if it's still airing. I don't know if there's new episodes. I don't know if whatever,
I
right?
feel like if it's still airing, it's been airing for 10 years by now.
It's been around. And I have no context for it. But I have been finding out that for the most part, a bunch of those cast members still hang out. Well, there was some, like, drama that happened a while after the show ended. For the most part now, apart from, I think, the guy who played Corey Matthews, who kind of went off and did his own thing for a while. And it wasn't, like, anything bad. It was just, like, people just naturally drift apart. A lot of those cast members still hang out. A lot of them are still, like,
That's good. I mean,
like,
talk about
show up for each other, right?
Yeah. I mean, talk about a show where the cast grew up together. So.
Yeah. Like, it's not often that you get to have that experience and not just be completely traumatized by it.
Yeah, seriously.
And a lot of these people seem pretty well adjusted, so, hey, bonus point.
Indeed. Oh, Crow! Current hyperfixation is Pokemon again! Which is basically what it's been on and off for 20 years. Isn't that great?
No, that's a good thing.
That's the wonderful thing. Like, how long do you think Sailor Moon's been my hyperfixation?
God, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection is out now, I think, or is about to be, and I'm about to re-enter an old hyperfixation.
Oh my god, yeah, she's going to just gorge herself on Metal Gear Solid content for the next month.
Yeah. Like, it's a good time for video games. Like, I'm playing Sonic Superstars, which is an old big hyperfixation for child me. To the point where I became the weird kid who wouldn't stop drawing Sonic in elementary school.
Which, like, who cares to try?
No, nobody. I still have a dream of working on a Sonic comic, which may never happen, and I'm okay with that because I don't work hard enough for it.
Well, it's not that you don't work hard enough for it. You work really hard. It's just like the stuff that you do is so different.
Yeah, it's not Sonic related.
Yeah, it's not exactly stuff that would go in a resume to be a Sonic artist.
This is a really hard job.
Yeah, because she has range.
She's got range, and she might need to jump in and rack.
Yeah, I feel like you can get on computer side.
Believe in yourself! Oh, I'm always trying. I'm really hoping next year when I get that stuff taken care of, I'll be able to like go all in on some things I've been wanting to do for a good minute. Oh,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
yes,
Also,
yes.
we both have single crystals.
May as well, right?
You're up.
Give it a kick.
That's so awesome that they decided to help them.
Yeah, not even like her first two attacks are Jupiter Kick and I'm going to throw a large rock at you. Like, is it any wonder that she's always been one of my favorites?
Yeah. And also, Jupiter Kick never existed in any of the other canons. This is something they made up for this, which is perfect.
Well, like before she would get like the Rider Kick move.
Yeah.
Of all the characters that have a traditional Turkish stop too.
Moon and V both have a kick. That's like one of the first things.
Ah.
So like Jupiter definitely have finally
Oh god. She hits about as hard as somebody with an axe for a hand hits.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get us on each side of her. Yeah.
Be able to do us again.
I'm not saying this is defense for how much time I'm wasting on someone's part, but I am saying I taught this. Oh god, to do karate. Oh god. Oh.
Oh, Arakuda.
Let's see. Can we get this work? Because, like, unfortunately, there's one little issue with my setup that it will auto do things that way. It's really annoying. But hey, I'll figure that out later.
Gave everyone the announcement that we're playing Sailor Moon. Which
Yeah.
No one knew yet, so I'm really glad to clarify.
Yeah, I've been playing with StreamerBot to try and do more automated stuff. But I need to like figure out counters, if they'll take flags, that sort of thing. And I'm not good at programs, so I'm gonna have to jury this.
Yeah. Counter is your diet.
Not fun. Just the smile of a fish that knows how to do quick kick. His tail is a propeller. I would also smile all the time if my tail were a propeller. I mean, Miles' tail's propeller is always smiling. That's because his butt is a propeller.
Yeah.
I just throw him at children. As you should.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's arrow-shaped. He aim perfectly.
And those children were asking for it.
Can you imagine playing this with, like, an arcade pad? Like a lollipop?
Yeah. That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want that cabinet. I want to make it.
Shit.
And I gotta figure out if it's going to be like a sit down or stand in.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I can also, fun fact, I can hunt down the frame and screen of a Japanese sit down cabinet
That would be awesome.
and
I think
modify that.
for
But,
accessibility purposes, I would love one.
yeah. Fling me, mother! I crave violence! Sorry, I'm just very happy about that. Also, that lady just looks like,
Okay.
I don't know, sexy generic Ultraman cosplay.
Oh, the lady in red that I just
Yeah.
Okay, that is an anime-only single-episode villain, one of Jadeite's lackeys.
Yeah.
And normally she's blue, so that recolor actually looks really cool.
Yeah, you do see her as blue, but the red just screams Ultraman.
Yeah, no, I was looking at it like, oh, shit, the red's really dope.
Yeah. Red's a good color.
Mhm.
Red's a good color for a giant monster.
Giant.
No, but I'd see her big.
Yeah, I mean, you did say Ultraman, so
Yeah.
all you want to do is see her turn into a giant woman.
I would love to see many of these characters turn into giant monsters, except for the mannequins.
The mannequins, maybe not. And also no one who's wearing a suit.
Also, the mannequins in that episode where they show up are terrifying. Well, the horror episode.
Oh, yeah. I always just assumed that they're from doll episodes, but I don't think that happened in Red. Instead, they gave us Brett Butler.
Well, they're kind of pulling from a lot of different places. Like, most of these characters are based off of a monster of the week or some underling. Or oh yeah, there's the blue one.
Yep, there she is. That's her original color.
Feeling more.
You are. That's fine.
Listen, if I can one-shot Beryl, I'll do it.
Oh god, yes, please.
I want to one-shot Beryl as punishment for breaking our game.
That transforming asshole just, like, stops disappearing and showing up on the opposite end of the screen just to attack us before we're gonna get there. Like, she's the worst! She's the worst.
Yeah, so I'm just going to get as many crystals as I can and go frickin' ham.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Slap.
I'm back! Let me at him! Oop, not that one.
Who's M in this situation? I got the other hyperfixation going on with Spider-Man games because I'm replaying Insomniac Spider-Man 1 and about to replay Miles Morales. And despite the flaws of those games, like propaganda, which is moderate, not egregious, but moderate. Fun games. Fun games to just sit and play.
Yeah.
I'm very happy about. And I'm very excited to see how the second one shakes out. The second of three. Spider-Man 2, the fourth Spider-Man 2 to come out for PlayStation consoles. Hi, Halo. Yeah, I think I have written in my notes that I'm playing the remaster of the fourth Spider-Man 2 if you don't include the movies. Like, there was the Neversoft game, Enter Electro. There was... there was the Raimi and the there was the Maguire and the Garfield games that both got old sequels. And then the Insomniac one. And then there were a whole bunch of others. Like, there was technically another Spider-Man 2 video game. Starting with the PlayStation one, because I'm also not counting Spider-Man 2 for Game Boy. Or Maximum Carnage, which is Spider-Man 2 to beat 'em up. God, there's at least a dozen Spider-Man 2.
Oh, I don't think I've seen these guys. Or, like, I didn't get to pay much attention. They're cute.
Spider-Man World 2 Stage 4 Remastered Maximum Carnage. Oh, God. Oh, God. Day 1 edition.
Oh, and I want to specify because I called someone a bitch earlier.
As I do a lot.
I'm not super into that, but if anyone is a bitch, it's Zoisite.
Yeah, Zoisite would have, like, the character footnote of bitch. Like, behavior, mannerism, tactics.
Zoisite for he, him, bitch, one.
Yeah. We stand an evil femboy. And let's be real, that is like one of those characters who, if we had the public discretion and knowledge of what non-binary was, A, a lot of characters in Sailor Moon would be non-binary.
Yeah.
B, that would be the first one.
Which is funny because, like, that was... Zoisite being so femme was not a Takeuchi creation. That was a reference to an older anime that had a gay couple as the villain, and the guy voicing Kunzai was the voice of one of the villains, so they decided to bring back the dynamic as a reference. And then it just happens to be fucking iconic.
Oh, so kind of like the Doronjo and Goons dynamic that is like in every anime.
Yes, yes. So that was just a reference to something completely different. Mako had nothing to do with it. She wanted him to be... Well, she didn't really say what she wanted him to be. He definitely disguised himself as a woman. At least once.
Right.
In the comic. But so did Nephrite.
Sometimes it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had like a trans character in like R or later of Berserk. This guy.
Oh, Super S.
Super S, yeah. Well, I don't remember the arc very clearly when I have to do it on command. So, yeah. I just remember the circus and I had to sit there and go, not R, not S. Super S?
Supers.
Yeah, super. It's not Super S. It's not S and Super S.
It's S and then Supers.
It's kind of like everybody seeing Dragon Ball Fighter Z and then finding out after the fact. It's just Dragon Ball Fighters.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody else going, well, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's just not accurate. The Zoisite is a character who won't go anywhere unless he is serving constantly. He wants to dress with, well, he's going to stank the leg, and he's going to flee the scene if he...
An acrylic.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you are 100% correct.
Yes, that is Hundo. Which makes it even funnier when the episode that has Brett Butler in it involves him being swarmed with sewer rats.
Yeah, it's one of the few times in the series that a character bails out of disgust.
Mm-hmm.
Like, doesn't actually lose.
Just is like, oh god, I cannot deal with this anymore. Okay, I'm gone.
Yeah. Literally a situation where cannot deal. And honestly, it's not often we get characters that... I mean, I struggle to say competent when it comes to the anime because those are some buck wild schemes.
They are buck wild schemes.
But they are competent characters. There's a reason why they are formidable. Why it takes 5 to fight 1 at any given time.
Yeah.
Rip Butler!
Brett Butler!
God. I do love this specific stage.
Yes.
Like, just the way you go through it, the fact that, like, Brett Butler's just this character who shows up, and yeah, there's some beat-em-up portions, but mostly it's just this.
Mm-hmm.
It's going around and beating up Brett Butler for his crime.
He beat up the fangame. You cannot have that. This is justice.
Oh. We're getting there. Okay, it's running away. Goodbye! Going around and pounding pussy, as we do.
Well, not really.
You are...
God, I wish she would be so fun.
I'm still saying that, like, Sailor Moon is one of those franchises that it is genuinely bizarre. It does not have more games. Because I think especially now, it is an untapped market. You could absolutely make a big budget magical girl video game. And the reason why people don't is because of this false belief that, people won't buy it. Well, guess what? They won't buy it if you don't make it.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're still recovering from, Sailor Moon Drop only having 3 million downloads.
Right.
But the reason it only had 3 million downloads was because it was a match 3.
Yeah.
And
it was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
It was too tough for me, but it was pretty good. I would have played more if it weren't also kind of not really a gotcha, just it was candy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a boring-ass game with a lot of fun reward content, but all that fun reward content isn't really worth it if you're not having fun playing the game.
Yeah.
So really all we got out of that was really, really good friendships at the end of the day. Because it had all sorts of different costumes, it did go through all 5 seasons, it had a whole bunch of characters.
Yeah.
With alternate skins for pretty much all of them. And also just like the "you fail" animation for Sailor Saturn has such a "I'm playing the world's smallest violin" face on it. Like they just could not get her to look genuinely sad when she's trying to be that threatening.
No, I mean she's a tiny little goth girl.
Yeah. So she's a tiny goth girl.
Like you're just putting her in her natural state.
Yeah.
It's all a big misunderstanding. She's just trying to get good chance for the completion point. Rhett Butler needs his completion point. Needs it.
Catman must have his sparrow. Aw, you killed me.
Rude. I wasn't. Yeah, I did.
You killed me.
Good.
There we go.
Oh, good old fact.
That's our compass.
And then the best animation in the game. I am confused why Precure doesn't have an annual beat-em-up tie-in. And then the folks making it can do a Sailor Moon game every 5 years or so. Yeah. It would, like, I would even say it would get plenty of male fans if you just make something competent. Get a good studio to do it.
Yeah.
Because there are tons of fans, like...
But I think, like, if you look at the way the movie is handled right now, the message is kind of, go away.
Which is fair.
However, girls don't all want jewelry, and I would love if merch was more jewelry.
Yeah, because, like, there was this whole subset of girl games that came out for, like, the DS and for, like, a lot of the more accessible systems, which were very fashion and character focused and hobby focused and career focused. And a lot of that is more based off of what has worked in the past and what is sold to these demographics in the past. It's including like the way dolls are sold, the way etc. And it's not really based on what people want that they're not getting their needs met for. It's what has worked before and how do we turn that into a video game. It's not like it. It's
not very intuitive. It's trying to stick to square pegs, square pegs.
Yeah. Why is there no Magical Girl Super Robot Wars? Yeah, it's the annual SD title where everyone crosses over with everything. Well, I mean, Kodansha and Toei could do that. But Toei doesn't spend money, and Kodansha is a disorganized mess.
That makes it hard.
So I don't think they have the skills to pull that together.
Yeah. Also, I really don't think that Takuchi would want to deal with more companies than she has to.
Yeah.
Because, like, she founded her own company pretty much just for giving the okay to pay the merchandise.
Ow. I found a way for Kunzite to not be able to deal with me hitting him all the time, and that's when Zoisite is also hitting me.
You're right, bro. That Sailor Jupiter backhand is so powerful.
Yeah.
Not in the game, just in the look.
It's so good. Like, it just kind of lets you know that she will throw hands at a moment's notice. I mean, she's one of the few characters that the anime did deliberate references to Bruce Lee for to get her moves right.
Mimian's going to get slapped by his corner.
Yeah. It's how it should be.
Hit you, floating bitch.
It's hard to combo him.
Yeah.
Like, it's genuinely a pain in the ass to combo him because he, like, staggers.
Yeah, I've not been able to combo him at all. It's literally just like the first punch over and over and over again.
I'm pretty sure their stagger and their hitbox are different. I'm really hoping for one more crystal. Maybe I can still get it. Because I don't think Beryl has multiple phases.
I don't think she does. Also, I don't know what your crystal is, because it's
even better.
Because it was Jupiter kick, throw a rock, flower hurricane. Question mark.
Supreme Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toei hates spending money. They only spend money on guaranteed hits, so they will always spend on, like, the big movies. They will get the special guest directors. They will do that for, like, I think they're the ones responsible for One Punch and Dragon Ball. Anime adaptation. I can't remember offhand, but, like, they only spend if it's basically guaranteed to print money. Which is frustrating. And yeah, sometimes you gotta go for the nuts. Just how it is.
Yeah, which is really funny because all of these enemies are women. That one's just a tennis player, so she's very strong.
Well, she's still got balls to tackle.
She does. That's not what
Ow.
you think.
Okay. Yeah. All those perfectly middling Muso Kamen Rider problems. Here we go.
Oh, okay, so 4 is flower hurricane. Probably sparkling like
Maybe. I love that you know that.
Well, that's the one where she, like, throws an energy disc, so it seems like that was
Oh god, most of her health is gone.
Yup. And you have 1 crystal again.
Damn it. I think I missed it.
Okay.
It's fine. I backhanded Queen Beryl.
You know, she deserves a backhand for some of her bullshit.
Yeah, like, she's a fun character to really get to know. Yes. Bah! Need to get hold of the SNES Kamen Rider beat 'em up. Things look like a hoot. Ooh, yeah.
Have to do my thing, which is very silly. For an actual Sailor Moon game. That is not what I wanted, but okay. Ending time!
Oh, we finally did it. This is the only reason why we played this for the very first time again.
Yes.
We wanted the ending.
Also Supervisor. Osapi! My guy. Hi, Debbie.
Hello, mother.
You're just in time.
Yeah, we're about to play a scary game. But yeah, fartiest version of the song I've ever had, right? It's nice.
Yeah, this is quite the different set.
I'm glad now.
Yeah. Takeuchi front and center in the credits? Yeah, always and forever. Gonna happen. Where's Kazuko Tadano for the art direction?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I recognize the style that they use for like a lot of the opening stuff, but...
Yeah, I've definitely seen non-pixelated versions of that part. They just ended up, like, adapting it.
Yeah.
And there's our girls!
Yep. So, a fun thing you pointed out, those first names, you'll see them there, the high score screen shows all of the Sailor Senshi. Like when you boot it up and they don't save anything from like players up to that
The
point.
default high score level.
The default high score inputs are actually references to the voice actors.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, the number 1 is KOT or Kokono Mitsumi. All of that. It's great.
Yeah.
So, Sailor Jupiter gets her full first name up there because her name is Emmy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's...
Farty Rock is in the house tonight.
So yeah, that... We didn't actually
Everybody tried
get,
to
like...
fart many times.
God. We didn't get, like, an ending, but you know what? It's worth it. We finally got to see it.
We still got to see it.
We got to put points on the board.
The people in the credits got their due.
And there's the character contest that is based on how often characters are played within, like, any given experience.
I see.
Yeah. So yeah, that was officially Sailor Moon for the first time again.
Yeah, this was 1995, you said. So the show first started in 92. So this was like after season 3, going back to the beginning for the sake of making a video game, which is really cool.
Right. So hey, do we want to wind down and get ready for Resident Evil 2?
Yeah, let's get ready for some spooks.
All right. Well, for those of you checking out the VODs, thank you for watching. For those of you live, we'll be back in just a minute with Resident Evil 2 Remake. I will have a poll up to decide which character campaign we're going down first.
Get to voting.
Yeah, because y'all unlocked two entire playthroughs. And it's a little different for this game. So bear in mind.
Bear in mind.
So, anyway, with that said, thank you all for coming. For those of you still hanging out, be right back.
Bye, guys.